Dukashu anadvigna, mana, sakeshu vigata, spra, vitaragabaya krota, sthidadur munir usiate. This is verse 2.56 of the Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna defines the sthita prajna, the person of steady wisdom. He says, one who is not disturbed in misfortune, who is free from longing in times of happiness, and who has transcended attachment, fear, and anger. Such a person is truly wise. But how? How do you remain undisturbed when you have to face that draining colleague, that critical family member, or that friend who leaves you feeling empty? 5,000 years ago, Arjuna stood on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, paralyzed not by external enemies, but by the toxic confusion and attachment in his own mind. His own family, his own teachers, stood against him. Your battlefield might be the dinner table, the office, or the group chat. The enemy isn't a person with a bow and arrow. It's their negative energy, their criticism, their draining words that pierce your peace more sharply than any weapon. Today, Krishna reveals a timeless strategy not to fight them, but to free yourself. Krishna's solution for Arjuna wasn't a complex battle tactic. It was an inner realignment. He introduced the concept of the sthita prajna, the person who is like a deep lake, utterly still at its depths, regardless of the storms raging on the surface. The key is in the verse, vitaragabaya krota, free from attachment, fear, and anger. Let's break this down. Why do toxic people affect us so deeply? 1. Attachment raga. We are attached to the idea that they should be kind, that they should understand us. We want a certain outcome from the interaction. 2. Fear bhaya. We fear their judgment, their reaction, the conflict that might arise. 3. Anger krota. When they hurt us, our natural, untrained response is to contract, to lash out, or to internalize the pain as anger towards ourselves. Krishna says the wise person is established in a higher knowledge. What is that knowledge? That you are not your body, nor your turbulent mind. You are the Atman, the eternal, peaceful observer within. When you identify as this calm, inner self, the words and actions of others cannot shake your core. Think of your true self as a mighty fortress. The toxic person stands outside, throwing insults and negativity at the walls. But you are safe inside the central tower, simply observing the spectacle. The walls are strong. The noise is outside. You are untouched. So, how do we build this fortress in our daily lives? We create what I call the Teflon armor of awareness. This is a practical 3-step shield, forged in the wisdom of the Gita. Step 1. The pause of the observer. Before the interaction. Before you engage with a difficult person, take one conscious breath. In that moment, silently affirm to yourself, I am not my thoughts, nor my emotions. I am the peaceful observer behind them. This instantly creates a small space between you and the upcoming situation. You are no longer Arjuna, lost in the chaos of the battlefield. You are becoming Krishna, the calm charioteer guiding your own mind. Step 2. Activate the Teflon shield. During the interaction. This is the powerful visual. As they speak, as their negative energy comes towards you, the criticism, the sarcasm, the passive aggression, visualize it hitting a shield of brilliant, golden light that surrounds you. See their words and energy sliding right off, like you are not blocking it with resistance, which creates tension. You are making it slippery. You hear the words, you observe the behavior, but you consciously choose not to let it stick. You don't absorb it. You are the steady mountain. Their words are just the wind blowing past. Step 3. The detached duty. Your response. Now, how do you respond? Krishna's core teaching is karma yoga, performing your duty without attachment to the outcome. Your duty might be to set a boundary, to speak your truth calmly, or simply to excuse yourself. Do it. But do it without the desperate need for them to change, to apologize, or to understand. You are acting because it is the right thing to do for your peace, not to control their behavior. This is the ultimate power move. You reclaim your energy and your agency. You perform your duty, and you let the result go. offering it up. This is the essence of Nishkama Karma. Tonight, before you sleep, I invite you to reflect. Ask yourself, where today did I let someone's energy stick to me? Where could I have used my Teflon shield? Just this awareness is the beginning of profound change. This isn't about building walls of coldness. It is about building boundaries of light, so you can interact with compassion, without being consumed. You can wish them well, from a safe and grounded place within your own being. If this lesson from the Gita helped you reclaim a piece of your peace, if it made you feel a little more like the calm charioteer of your life, then please, let me know in the comments by typing SHANTI, which means peace. I read every single one. And remember the timeless truth that Krishna offers to every one of us, right here, right now. You have the right to perform your prescribed duty, but you are not entitled to the fruits of your actions. Your duty is to protect your inner peace. The outcome, whether they change or not, is not your burden to carry. Go forth, steady and wise,